So why I was recording this video and my iPad died and the whole video deleted. So I'm pretty much about to repeat everything, but it's okay because I like yapping anyways. So what was this? Shit, now I gotta think about what I was talking about. Anyways, boom, finished my life update video. Talked about what I've been up to. Got a new piano. And a little bit was talking about, like, you know, just wanting to improve my quality of life as a woman, as a person, as a creative, as a musician. And, you know, just talking about, like, you know, just my goals, my dreams, just feeling like they're getting bigger, but I just low-key feel like I haven't really been meeting those goals halfway, if that makes sense. You know, like, I feel like I want to create better habits and do better in my everyday life, you know, because I am a full-time artist. I do love creating, I love doing things, but sometimes I feel like my life doesn't reflect that. And that's what I want my life to look like. That's the life that I'm creating for myself. I want to be able to do what I love and, you know, just not have to worry about going into, like, just some regular ass 9 to 5. Like, I want to be in a place where, like, I'm always doing what I love, and that's what pays for my life, for my luxury, for, you know, just living, you know? That's what a nigga want to do, live. And creating is just something that I really enjoy focusing on full time. Being able to have the freedom of time, you know, luxury, the money to, like, just, you know, live the life that I desire, that I deserve, you know. Everybody deserves to do what they love for, like, a living, you know. I've done a lot, and I know that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't want to work at Ulta. I don't want to work at Amazon. I don't want to work at some catering company at the airline. Don't want to work, you know, where else have I worked? Any more retail shit like 260. Shit, right now I'm doing security, which is kind of fun because I get to do concerts and shit. Fun fact, I got my security license in April of 2025. This is my first time using it. It is June of 2026. This is my first time using it. Like what? Why did you get the security license if you wasn't going to use it? But I'm using it now. So, yeah. That's why I like to do certain things. Like, just to some people it seems random. But for me, it's like creating more opportunities, you know, because you never know what you might get into. Like, working security. I'm working at concerts, and I go to concerts all the time. I'm an artist. I got to work Gov Ball. I think I mentioned this in my other video. I got to work Gov Ball, which was pretty fucking cool. So let's get back into what I was talking about. Boom. So wanting to improve and create the life that I want to see myself living every single day. And how do I go about doing that, right? I want to start where it feels like this is something that I can do. I don't want to feel overwhelmed or anything by, you know, doing too much. I want to feel like I really want to enjoy the process while still enjoying, you know, life and everyday shit. Like, this is what I want to do, so I want to love doing it. You feel me? For the whiteboard, right? Anyways, so let's do this one more time. This is the 30-day writing development. So I got this idea from Pinterest where it was like a 30-day writing challenge or whatever. And I didn't like the word challenge, so I changed it to development because like it's always important sometimes how you word things, because like you don't want to see it as a challenge. You want to see it as something that is helping you grow. And that is my intention here. Developing, growing, you know? So, hence the name. It just makes more sense to me. Boom. So, for these 30 days, these are like a few kind of rules, I guess. Just the standard. This is the standard. You feel me? And I wrote them. So, one is writing a song every single day for 30 days. So again, I got the idea from Pinterest, and they had like the 30-day writing thing, and they have like topics and a little prompt. So I am gonna use that, the topics and the prompts that they give to write my songs, because it's just easier than like trying to figure out a new topic every single day, and just like, you know, it just makes the process easier. You got something to write about, it's there, now write about it. Right? So that's number one. Number two, once or twice a week, read one chapter of a book. So obviously that's, maybe for them it might not be obvious, but for me it's just like, you know, gaining knowledge while also not just overwhelming my brain with too much information. So one chapter once or twice a week, it just makes it that much easier. I did very much enjoy the process of like reading The Artist's Way chapter by chapter, because it just made the process easier, you know, like, because with The Artist's Way, like once you read a chapter, you got like the assignments and stuff that you have to like write about and do. And sometimes I always wanted to read on to the next chapter, but it's just like, it's okay to slow down and process the information, because each chapter was for something specific, you know. Anyways, for that, I do feel like it doesn't matter what kind of book. It could be any kind of book. It could be nonfiction, it could be fiction. Just make sure, like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm learning something from it, you know. Like if I'm gonna read one of my favorite books from my favorite author, like Octavia E. Butler, she's a great science fiction author, and she just has a way with storytelling, you know. She draws you in, she makes you want to know more about her character, she makes you want to, like, you just have questions a little bit, you know. So I feel like that's important to pick up on as far as like, you know, storytelling, you know. That's something I could learn. Like, okay, I want to be able to tell my stories like this. I want to have a way with words like this, you know. Next one, number 3, once or twice go on a date. Obviously, my artist dates, my, you know, solo dates and shit, self-care dates. It could be a friend date. It could be a date with a potential partner. But once or twice, go out. I am gonna say, if I do a date with like someone else in the week, I am gonna do my best to also have a date by myself, because I like going out by myself. I like going and doing these dates by myself and stuff, because I enjoy my company. I don't care what mood I'm in or how I'm feeling. Like, I fully accept myself. And sometimes when you're with people, sometimes it feels like a little pressure to be a certain kind of way or like certain things. Whereas when I'm by myself, like, I can genuinely know and say what I dislike and what I like, because it's just me by myself. It's no one there to judge. There's no one there to say anything. Oh, well, I like this. And it may be unintentional sometimes, but I'll be like, oh, yeah, that is cool too, you know? But I don't want to be like that kind of person where I'm just like kind of disagreeing because somebody else is saying it. Like, no, it's not attractive, you know? Have a mind of my own. So I think that's one of the benefits of like having solo dates, is like just genuinely knowing what you do and don't like. That's something that I low-key noticed. Okay, when I first got back to New York City, it's just a little quick thing, but when I first got back to New York City, I think that was my second time at the MoMA, and I recorded a little video on here actually. And it was my second time at the MoMA. The first time I ever went to the MoMA was on a date with someone else, where I felt like, okay, I will say I was very vocal about what I did not like. Like some of the paintings I was looking at, I was like, why do this? Why, you know? But it was also another person there, so it was just like, I guess I wasn't fully expressing myself to the best of my ability, I feel like. Whereas when I went to the MoMA the second time, I was actually looking for shit that I wanted to see, and I found it. Because like, you know, just compared to that first date, we were just kind of wandering, we were just looking at shit. We were like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, you know. But just going solo made my experience at the MoMA better. And like now I really love the MoMA. Like I really love the MoMA. Like I'll be going back. I went back quite a few more times. And they actually have this thing that I enjoy doing, which is the drop-in drawing class. They do it every Friday, and I go. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to draw this sculpture that I don't know what the fuck it is. And that's pretty fun because I like drawing sometimes, you know. But yeah, just I guess solo dates kind of teach you to trust yourself, you know, like trust yourself and know yourself a lot more. Knowing yourself is fucking important. So when I go out by myself, I know what I like and I know what I don't like. It's my phone. But yeah, so back to it. Okay, what's the next one? Go for a walk every day. That's something that I've been doing recently, just because, well, I always done my best to do that before, but low-key I feel like I've been slacking in the one after that, which is number 5, which is going to the gym or working out 3 times a week. So I'm not gonna lie, after I went upstate for my cousin's graduation, my workouts kind of fell off. Not kind of, they did. I didn't do them. but in substitute of that, I would make sure I always go on a walk every day, just get some steps in, and that helped me feel better about it. Weird, because like, shit, at least you're getting some kind of like movement going in your body, and you're doing something, and you're going outside, you're getting some sunlight. Even if it's not like sunny out, I'll try to still go walk anyways, because shit, who cared about a little rain? Like, I love the rain. I don't know why some people don't like the rain. I feel like dancing in the rain is the most romantic thing you could ever do, whether it's by yourself or with another person. Word. I like to dance in the rain solo, because why not? Why not? Anyways, so yeah, 4 and 5, they kind of go hand in hand. Go for a walk every day, gym workout 3 times a week. And just to, you know, this is something that I want to improve. These are, what is the word for it? These are specific to me. This is what I want to see in my everyday life. This is the quality of life, the life that I'm creating. So, you know, yeah. Number 6 is play piano 5 minutes a day for 30 days. I picked up that exercise from a book that I've been reading called Effortless Mastery. it's a book for musicians about improving as a musician, you know, being able to play better, to do, you know, what you want to do while like really enjoying the shit, with not like feeling like it's another job, because nobody wants to do what they're doing, do what they love doing, and then it turns into something that feels like, damn, like this shit is just repetitive, and like, you know, because that's how some shit falls off sometimes, like. But it's just like, when this is something you really want to do, it's just like you don't want to let it fall off, because like, this is what I really want to do, you know. All right, so let's go to the benefits of this, right? So the benefits of these are strengthening my writing skills as a musician. Definitely just having those, for one, again, having those prompts there makes it easier, not have to wonder or guess about what I want to write about. And it also keeps me open to writing about any and everything, because I feel like the prompts I was looking at were a little bit random. Some of them are random, some of them are things I do actually want to write about. Some of them are just like, damn, the fuck do I write for this? But just gotta write. Just gotta write. This, like, that's what I keep reminding myself. Like, it's just about being able to write better, you know, improving those skills, being able to talk about any and everything and have a way with words, you know, being able to tell a story, even if you don't want to tell the story, being able to execute that, tell that story in the most beautiful way, the most brilliant way. That's what this is about. It's about being able to tell those stories, you know, and make them interesting, make them intriguing, make them beautiful, make people want to listen to the most mundane, most boring parts of freaking, well, this is what it feels like, that it feels like those parts are boring, or they may feel embarrassing, and you'll be like, damn, like, but it keeps me open-minded, you know, keeps me open-minded. And again, this is generally just for my writing skills as a songwriter, because I really want to be able to write great songs. I am learning to write great songs. So another benefit, learning from a book throughout the weeks. It's like I was saying, you know, just having something to pick up, learn, you know, without, okay, anyways, learning stuff without like overwhelming the brain with too much information. It's like, oh wow, that's interesting, I learned this from this book, and you move on, you know, you hold on to that. I was low-key thinking about writing like what is it, like kind of like a summary at the end of each chapter. I'm still thinking on, I'm still 50-50 on that, because I don't want to make it feel like it's work, like, but I don't know, it seemed like a fun idea. Like, I was doing it last year, where I was taking this book that I already read and I was rereading it, and then after every chapter I would write a summary about what I got from that, what I learned from it. So I think it's very beneficial, so maybe I should do it. Let's move on. Anyways, making sure I'm enjoying life throughout this learning process, you know, because again, I don't want it to feel like I'm like, okay, I'm working, learning, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, when's the fun part come in, you know? So create the fun, you know, take a moment to like enjoy life, pretty much. Like, I feel like that's very self-explanatory. Just making sure that this whole process doesn't feel too overwhelming, having, you know, things to do with myself, to go out or go out with friends and just feel like, damn, like, this is the life that I'm looking for. This is the life that I want to be a part of. I'm having fun. I'm learning. I'm creating. I'm growing as a musician, as an artist. I'm growing as a person, as a woman, and I'm still having fun. You know, I'm still enjoying and loving life. So boom. Another benefit, obviously maintaining good health and a healthy lifestyle during this time, because sometimes getting wrapped up in you know, regular life shit or whatnot, sometimes you forget to do things. So I have it down. I have it written down. Sometimes it's easier for me to have stuff written down, to know what I want to do, to know what I feel like I have to do, and do it. So it's there, it's written down, and I know what I need to do to, you know, just have balance in my life. Make sure I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm safe. I am creating. That is what's important, you know. Just anyways, just creating a life that I want to actually live in, you know. I'm enjoying the life that I live right now. I love it, but you know, again, I do always feel like, not always, but sometimes I do feel like I can improve and be better in certain spaces and certain parts of my life. So that's what that's there for, making sure I'm healthy throughout that process of learning and also living life and having fun. Gotta maintain health. Let's see, and the last one is strengthening my skills with instruments as a musician. I do think that's important because, I don't know, growing up as a kid, that was something that like I really wanted to do, was like pick up an instrument. That was something like I really like. I started it in high school. I wanted to do it before that because I went to this elementary school where I had a music teacher, and I feel like I talked about this already. I'm not sure if it was the video that deleted or the other one before this, but either way, I'm gonna talk about it again. But I had a music teacher, and like he started to introduce me to the violin, and unfortunately that program got cut before we could actually like get too much into it. So I never really learned much about it. I just, you know, I got to hear him play. I got to see the instrument and touch it and play around on it and stuff. In high school, okay, so my school was a music school, and there was choirs, there was band, and then there was orchestra. So I guess I did get to play around with some instruments and stuff. Like one of my friends, they used to play bass, which is like that really big, like, not the bass guitar shit. Is, I think, is it what it's called? I'm pretty sure it's called the bass, but the shit is like big giant shit, and like pretty much they had to hold it up and play. It really looks like a giant violin to me. But anyways, yeah, I have this video of me like joking around playing somebody's bass. It was pretty cool. It was during our NISMA solos, which is some like that was pretty much our what is those, the regents for music class. Pretty much every year we had to do that shit. We had to like go in front of a judge from the state, and we had to sing. Some people had to play their instruments, and then we got judged based on that. Got a passing or a failing score. I always pass because shit, I'm a great fucking singer, and I'm not gonna lie, I had fun doing that shit. Like, I was learning to sing in different languages and shit. Like, did you niggas know I used to sing in fucking German and Italian and fucking all kinds of shit? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, very interesting shit. But yeah, I was learning piano with that teacher, my choir teacher. She kind of taught us a little bit, but like, okay, I ain't fuck with her. Damn, that was so very straightforward. I didn't fuck with her though. She was very like, you know, it's funny because I was so happy to have a black teacher, someone I'm like, damn, like maybe she could understand a little bit about what life feels like as a black woman, as a black artist, as a black musician. And, you know, I thought maybe she would take shit a little easy, you know. Maybe it's good that she held us to a high standard, but I feel like when you didn't meet that standard, she'd kind of just leave you hanging. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, because a lot of kids had very different lives in high school. Like, I'm not even gonna get into all that, but my life was very different from my peers. And I know that for a fact because I had a group of friends I used to hang out with, and the things that I was going through during those times, they couldn't really relate. They couldn't, not at all. Maybe there were others, like kids and students in the school, that were going through similar things, but the people that I was like close with and inquire with and like hanging out with after school and shit, like they couldn't understand for real, because they weren't going through the same things. Now, they understood certain parts of it because like everyone feels like they got like issues with their parents and shit, but anyways, that's besides the point. Let's get back to it. Why am I talking about that? Just like talking. Okay, so I wrote a reminder. Let's get my little pointer, because like this is important. It's not about perfection. Wait, yeah. Can you see it? Yeah. It's not about perfection. Because it's not. It's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect all the time. It's not about, like, just some things may not feel perfect all the time, but you gotta be okay with that, right? What it's really about, it's about practicing consistency. So being consistent with the things that you want to see in your everyday life. If you hold yourself to that perfect standard all the time, like, dude, what can I say about that? Like, you shouldn't hold yourself to a perfect standard all the time. You can't. Like, everything is not gonna feel or sound or look perfect, because that's life. Because life is the most imperfect thing. But it's so funny, because life being the most imperfect thing is what makes it the perfect experience. Like, it makes it beautiful. It makes it unique. It makes you want to, like, damn, like, I want to experience this life shit. Word. You know? So, boom. It's about practicing consistency and learning to enjoy the process of every stage. So, yeah, obviously you want to, like, you want to learn to love the like every stage of the process, because when you learn to love the stage of every process, that's what makes it worthwhile. That's what makes it worth doing, because it's just like yeah, I love the result of what I did, but like I enjoyed creating what I did to achieve that result. You know, like I love taking the time to sit and write. I love taking the time to play the piano and find the perfect chord progressions and shit like that. Like I loved putting every part of the song together. You know, I loved taking time out of my week to focus on my body health. You know, that's why my body feels good. That's why my body looks good, because I took that time and I had fun doing it. I loved being on the journey of making sure that I was feeling happy, I was feeling healthy, I was feeling fulfilled and creative and all that good stuff. So I feel like I'm whispering a little bit, but who cares? So yeah, just learning to enjoy the process at every stage. This is important, especially the beginner stage, bro. Like, it's a lot of days where a nigga be like, damn, bro, I'm just a beginner. Like, bro, when am I gonna learn all this? How am I gonna learn all this? But like, you know, once you begin, that means you're actually learning it. Once you begin, that means you're actually learning it. And then once you get past that beginner stage, like, it's just like, damn, like, I do this shit. I do this shit so effortlessly. And it's because I took time to be a beginner. I took time to enjoy that beginning, you know, process. You know, that's what I want my experience to feel like. Like, damn, I love doing every part of this shit. I want to learn. I want to love learning new shit. I do love learning new shit. Word. And the most important reminder is to have fun. Yeah, make sure you remember to have fun. Because shit, having fun is like one of the most important things you can do, shawty. You know, just remember to have fun. Remember to take your time. Don't rush the process, shorty, because one day you're gonna be like, damn, bro, that time went by so quickly. You know, anyway, so I decided I wanted to do this 30-day writing development. You know, it's 30 days. And I feel like the worst thing that could happen is I write more. I'm more consistent with my habits. You know, I'm doing my habits, the healthy ones that, you know, again, it's not about perfection. It's not about perfecting it of being perfect every single step of the way. It's about just doing it. It's about doing it and enjoying doing it and loving it, you know, loving myself through the entire process. You know, I think that's really like what's most important, is like really loving myself through every stage, you know, not just loving what I'm doing, but loving me, because like I'm the one doing it. Oh my goodness, my phone always got something. Anyway, that was my little bedtime timer. That means it's like 10:30, or it means it's 10:14. So my phone may or may not be on do not disturb right now. It probably is. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to watch Love Island. I'm about to watch Love Island because it's Casa Amor. So yeah, that is what I've been up to. That is what the next 30 days is going to consist of. And again, I miss doing I miss doing my check-ins, you know. And with this process, it's gonna be an everyday thing. I'm gonna be sitting down, I'm gonna be writing every day. Should I just like, I don't know, should I, you know, low-key, bro, I think I'm gonna do it as like a series on TikTok. Cause like, bro, you ever be seeing those videos? Nigga, obviously, like, it's you. But you know those videos where like day 1 out of 30, da 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 da, you know? That'd be so freaking cute. Word. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I think with my YouTube, I think I should post the videos there as well. So I think I'm gonna work on doing that as well. And then also coming back at the end of the week, I think I should start doing artist check-ins again because I miss it. It's so fucking fun. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make a little like prompt, like, because remember at the end of every artist check-in, it was making sure you did everything. Like, oh, did you do 7 out of 7 days on the morning pages? Did you do your artist day? Did you see any synchronicity? I'm about to sit down while I'm watching Love Island, and I'm gonna sit there and write that out, you know, just the artist check-in for the end of the week. Boom. So yeah, I guess that's it for now, you know. Laters. Mwah. I love you so much.